What's good, everybody? Welcome to Whole Views. Thank you for clicking that thumbnail. My name is Corey, and today we're going to be talking about the Netflix limited series Fool Me Once. Before we get started, I would encourage everybody to use the chapters in the description so you can jump around to see what I'm talking about, when I'm talking about it. And while you're down there, you might as well subscribe because it's free. So let's get to it. Fool Me Once is all right on my scales, but it should have been pretty damn good. It should have been rated much higher, and that is due to the ending. Listen, endings matter, and the last two episodes of this show just didn't stick the landing for me at all. More than that, the missteps that I have with the last few episodes really accentuate the problems that I had with the show, which are bad to poor writing of characters as well as storytelling. But before we jump too far into the negatives, let's talk about what's good about this show, because this show is very good for most of its run. First, I would say the storyline that they give you and the pace in which they give it to you are very good for intrigue. I was all in for the murder. I was all in for Maya's military background. I like the way that they teased that thing out, and I was waiting with anticipation to see it unfold. There's some damn fine acting in this show. My favorite character was DS Curse. I really liked him. I liked the way his performances went. He's my favorite character in this show. This is a spoiler review, so the reveal about his illness and the reveal about his hallucinations were jaw-dropping. It was great television to see that thing unfold. It's really the high point of the show for me. But when we get to the negatives of the show, I really want to talk about the inconsistency of the characters. Let's talk about Maya. In the beginning of the show, she's very open with all the information that she discovers. She's open to a fault, actually. I feel like her investigation would have moved along faster had she played some things closer to the vest in the beginning. But then at the same time, by the time you get to the end of the series, the last few episodes, Maya is withholding information from people she should be trusting and people she normally trusted up to this point in the show. So it's like you shifted and there's no explanation as to why. DS Kierce, as good as that character was, there were some things about him that were just written poorly. One moment you have a top-notch detective who is all professional and about his business, and then in the next moment you have him giving up key details of an investigation to a person he is waiting on a hot dog with. Just sharing details that I don't think law enforcement should be sharing in an open investigation, and that's just written poorly. Like, why would he be doing that? He's so on point in every other aspect, but here he's really dropping the ball as a character, not as an actor, but as a character, and it didn't make sense. The Shane character was inconsistent for me. At some moments, he felt like a trusted, valuable friend, and then there were other moments that are inexplicably creepy from him, where he's outside the house, and he's like lurking in the shadows, and there's no explanation as to why that character was how he was, and I kind of wanted to know why he did some of the things he did that just didn't line up with the other stuff that we saw from him. All that was very noticeable for me, but nothing was more noticeable than the shift in storytelling as it relates to Maya, our main character, and the way things shifted in the last few episodes. Again, spoilers. In the last two episodes, Maya reveals that she killed Joe because Joe killed her sister. Do the people who control this show realize how much that recontextualizes everything that I just watched? As an audience member, I'm annoyed now. I'm annoyed because we've spent about 6 hours watching this show and we have followed Maya as she tried to search for what happened to my sister? What happened to my husband? What's the truth about all this stuff? Only to find out you, Maya, as the main character, have known the entire time that your husband killed your sister. You were just looking as to why that unfolded the way it unfolded. So really and truly, what have we been watching? By the end of the series, you get that answer. You get the answer that she was looking for irrefutable evidence to prove what exactly happened to her sister and why. But as an audience member, I would have rather known that from the beginning and then go along with her on this journey, as opposed to going through what felt like a lot of twists, a lot of turns, and a lot of convoluted story with a bunch of different random names and a bunch of different events over the course of what felt like decades in this character's world. Overall, I'm positive on the show. I thought it was good. It was all right on my scales, but it's just all right when it could have been way better had they chose to do some things differently with the way the character revealed some of the information that is revealed toward the end. It just changed the show that we had watched up until that point. But what do you think? Do you feel like it was like done well and the ending landed well for you? Because I just didn't. After we got to the end of episode 7 and we get the initial reveal, then you get the whole like epilogue after the whole story unfolds. It's like, I get what you did, but I feel like we could have took a better road to this point because I didn't like it. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section, and that's all we got for this one, y'all. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and go watch something good.